Love these days feels more complicated than it actually needs to be. And I don't even say that in a bitter way, it's just something I've noticed over time. I feel like love itself isn't complicated. It's everything we've compiled onto it that is. I'm not speaking like I've got it all figured out either. I don't. This is just based off what I've experienced and what I've watched happen around me, especially with people my age. At its core, love is actually very simple. But social media, yeah, I feel like that definitely messed things up. Everywhere you look, there's someone telling you how to think about your relationship, what things mean, what to be afraid of. If she does this, she's cheating. If he follows that, he doesn't care. If your partner isn't doing certain things, then clearly they're not the one. So now everything's on edge. Instead of trusting how they feel or just talking to their partner, they go online and they let strangers decide what their relationship means. People who don't even know them. Cheating constant as well, especially, has done damage. Every little thing becomes suspicious. A late reply turns into a whole story in your head. And instead of asking a simple question, people just sit there silently connecting dots that might not even exist. It's like people are building cases in their head, waiting for proof. And then there's comparison. Seeing couples post vacations, gifts, surprise dates, all the perfect moments. And then they forget that they're looking at the highlights of someone's life, not the full picture. And so now they expect their relationship to look like that. And then when it doesn't, they assume it's either the wrong person they're dating or something's just wrong. And then if you add in all the men versus women stuff, they always talk about who's toxic, who cheats more, who has it worse. People stop seeing each other as individuals and they start seeing each other as categories shaped by bad experiences. Love turns into something defensive. A lot of relationships don't even feel like connection anymore, they feel like strategy. It's always people testing each other. They withhold affection and they post songs on their story instead of saying how they actually feel to the person. They also try to make the other person jealous just to be chased or wanted. That's not love. That's just insecurity trying to feel safe. And most of it comes from trauma people haven't dealt with. A lot of people aren't really loving, they're just in survival mode. Stuff like abandonment, emotional neglect, and growing up not feeling chosen. That doesn't disappear when you get into a relationship though. It comes with you. So now you're constantly looking for signs someone's about to leave, and you read into everything. You get defensive before anything even happens. People aren't reacting to what's happening now, they're reacting to what happened to them before. And that's why small things turn into big problems, and that's why trust feels so fragile. I've seen it and I've lived it. I've been in enough relationships and seen enough situations to notice how the pattern repeats. Healthy ones and unhealthy ones. People who love each other and people who are just afraid to be alone. I'll give you a real example from my own life. Back in 8th grade, I was in a long distance relationship. Yeah, we were young, but that didn't make it hurt any less. She had this boy best friend. They talked a lot. She joked with them, even posted their messages. At first, I tried to believe it was nothing, but something just didn't feel right at all. He was new, and it wasn't like this was some lifelong friend. I told her I wasn't comfortable with it. I asked her to block him, and she did. But weeks later, we're on call. She's sharing her screen. A message pops up from him telling me I sent my love. He swiped it away instantly. I didn't yell, nor did I argue. I was simply just in shock, and I felt betrayed. She asked me, did I see it? And then I told her, yeah, I saw it. And then I left the call right after. What came after is exactly what you'd expect, though. It's the apologies, the excuses, and just the panic. Like, it's so stupid how they're not sorry for what they did. They're sorry for getting caught. The situation alone messed up how I trusted for a long time. And I kept asking myself after all that, why love had to feel like this. As a kid, love felt simple to me. Unconditional, mutual, someone who sees you fully, someone who wants to do life with you. Love is teamwork, different roles but the same goal. You both support each other, you both make life easier for each other. It's not constant suspicion, not tests, and not power struggles, just choosing each other. I feel like love didn't get complicated by itself though. People brought unhealed pain into it, and trauma plays a big role in social media ever will. Social media might influence how people think, but trauma influences how people feel, and feelings run everything. So one bad relationship can completely change how you see love. So you go into the next one already braced and already defending, and then that becomes a cycle. People keep saying that People keep saying that they keep attracting the same type of person, but a lot of the time it's not the person, it's just the energy they're bringing. If you expect betrayal, you subconsciously look for it. And if you expect abandonment, it's the same thing. Different trauma shows up in different ways. Some people become clingy and some people become controlling. Some shut down and some confuse chaos with love. But none of that makes someone broken, it just means they're unhealed. And when two unhealed people come together, they don't create love, they just create triggers. That's why relationships feel so exhausting these days. People think love is hard, but it's really not. Healing is hard, love is simple. If someone actually took the time to heal instead of jumping from relationship to relationship, love wouldn't feel this complicated these days. Social media didn't ruin love, trauma did. And until people stop bringing old pain into new connections, they're gonna keep reliving the same relationship. Different person, same story. But yeah, that's what I've been thinking about.